Hi everybody, it's Julia aka Mama Mo, and I'm coming at you today to talk to you a little bit more about Dermadry. So if you've read my blog post, which you should totally do, because that is the explanation as to why I wanted to team up with Dermadry and talk to you about this product. I was never diagnosed, but now that I've learned about Dermadry and what it is for, excessive sweating is actually a common thing. And I was never diagnosed with hyperhidrosis, but it is a thing that people deal with. It's actually, I'm looking at my notes here, it's 5% of people globally suffer from hyperhidrosis, which means that those people have 4 to 5 times more sweating than the average person. And guys, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's something that people don't talk about. And this is why I wanted to learn more about it, because it's one of those things that growing up and having children and young adults, it's important to talk about changes in the body and when it's normal and not normal, and when there's something that you can do about it. So I think it's really important to talk about this with your family. You could be suffering from it yourself, but if you have children that are growing up and starting to sweat and their bodies are starting to change, it's really important to talk about this, because they could be one of the 5% that has hyperhidrosis, and there is something you can do about it. As you know, if you follow my blog, you know that I'm very cautious of what I give my children. I try to look for natural products. I try to look for healthy products. That said, this is a drug-free approach to helping you get rid of that excessive sweating. So the way it works, and I've wrote it down because I don't want to mix my words. The way that it works is that it is directing a small current through the skin, effectively neutralizing the connection between the nerves and the sweat glands. So Dermadry uses an electrical current to temporarily disrupt the hyperactivity of the sweat glands. So that sounds kind of strange maybe to you, and a little bit scary probably to your young children, to your young adults I should say. This machine is for 13-year-olds and up in Canada, 21 and up in the US. So I took the liberty of trying this out for myself, for my family, because my children are still too young. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. I had the experience on my hand, on my feet, and on my underarms. I wanted to test every area to see what it was like. My most sensitive area was my hands, and I did start the level a little high, thinking that it was a good idea, but now I've learned more from the company and more from the device, and the best way to start is to start low and work yourself up. So there are different levels of the machine. So this is the machine itself, and you plug it in, and depending on the area, it'll highlight the area that you're working with, and then it'll give you the numbers that it can go up to. So you can start at 1 and work your way up. Depending on the area, the areas have different numbers that it can go all the way up to. So that said, my experience, because I wanted to let you guys know how I felt about it, and I wanted you to be able to go back to your families and your friends that are asking questions. I've had a lot of people ask me how this works and if it works. So what I would say is, I believe this device is very, very helpful, and I think that I would go through the process much longer. So the way that they've described it in the instructions, and the company and I have talked about it, is that you are to use the device 3 to 5 times a week for 2 weeks, and then you will see the results that can last up to 6 weeks, and then you have kind of like an upkeep. You wouldn't do it as many times in the week, and you wouldn't do it as many weeks. So for the initial stage, if you're starting at a low level, which is what I would recommend, you will not see top results until you get to a higher level. So that said, for example, for myself, if I wanted to start at level 1 and I wanted to work my way up to say a 5 or a 6 or a 7, that is when I would start seeing the results that could last up to 6 weeks that would give me less sweating. What it feels like, I have to say, under my arms, I didn't even notice the feeling. I went up to, I think, a level 6 without even feeling very much. My feet as well, I was able to keep it up to like I think it was a level 5. And I started at 1 and I just kind of worked my way up. For my hands were the most sensitive. So I would initially now start at a level 1. So in order for me to see good results, I would have to keep going from level 1 to say a level 6 or 7, and then keep it at that number for a period of time so that I would see the results. There's a tingling sensation that you will feel. I felt it in my feet. I definitely felt it in my hands, but I had the level up higher than I should have at the beginning. And almost like when your hands or your feet fall asleep. So it was that feeling. The fact that you might be using this for your young adult family, I highly recommend putting it at a low level so that the first initial feeling is not so shocking, because you want to feel comfortable and you want your children to also feel comfortable when using it. Really impressed with this product. I really appreciated being able to work with Dermadry for this and to let you guys know, just like anything when it comes to, you know, acne or, you know, loss of hair or whatever it is, anything that we're dealing with our bodies, and especially for our families, it's only going to help if we talk about it. I have to tell you, my son, when he originally saw my first post that I posted on the blog about this and my experience when I was a teenager, he actually said to me, "Mommy, why are you embarrassing yourself on your blog?" And I said, you know what? I was embarrassed when I was a teenager and it happened, but I'm not embarrassed now. And if I can help somebody and show them that there's a product that can help them, I'm all for it. So that said, I really think that you should check out this product. It's amazing. It's a Canadian company. The Dermadry Total, which is for all 3 areas of your body, is $4.49. And I think it's worth it. There's a 5-year warranty. It's for individual use, so you wouldn't use it for more than one person. You have to wash the cloths, and you have to wash, like, these are the cloths for underneath your arms. There are white cloths for your feet and your hands. It's for individual use. I personally believe that I could use it for my family if it was sanitized and cleaned properly. And I think that's it, guys. I'm happy to have been able to share this with you. And now that you've come to the end of this video, I want you to know that Dermadry and I are giving away 1 Dermadry Total. So 1 lucky viewer, reader, follower is going to receive one of these babies. So if you know somebody in your family, if you know somebody, enter to win this. It is amazing. So go to it, guys. I wish you all the best in all of your needs for, you know, this very embarrassing situation that you might be going through. And if this can help, I'm really glad that I was able to share it. All right, take care. Bye.